Alright, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, before I get started, I'd like to give all honor, praises, and glory to Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah Bahashim Rachakodash, and double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone that has taught us truth and sincerity. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect that is scattered throughout the four corners of earth. Shalom, shalom. It's your brother Kodash coming back at you with another lesson through the Holy Spirit. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying to the point. Just a quick lesson going into the topic at hand, as you can see from end time headlines, and it says these two things will be major pillars of the beast system. Okay, and I'm finna get right into it. This came out November 13th, 2025. All right, it says the master plan is underway. Okay, and this master plan, with this whole digital system, is something that, that's been in the making for a long time. Okay, so I'm finna read right into it. It says opinion. It says in tonight's podcast, we discuss how a perfect storm of events. A perfect storm of events is unfolding that will likely usher in two central pillars of the coming beast of Revelation 13. All right, and that beast, as we know, through the Spirit, is NATO and the EU. That's the beast system. Okay. All right, that's gonna usher in this digital system. Okay. And it says we will show you how the combination of job losses through the rise of artificial intelligence and other economic and social factors will ultimately usher in a universal basic income, as well as a global digital identification system, which is pretty much the MOTB, the mark of the beast, and it says which will be the catalyst for the future beast system, like I said, that beast system is going into NATO and the EU, all right, and it says will require, in other words, mandate, it says that will require something in the right hand or forehead, which is the MOTB. All right, that C-hip, man. Okay, the implantable grain of rice. And it says in the right hand or in forehead of every person, of every person on the planet to function and survive, and that's pretty much the point, and all the rest of it is just videos, but I just wanted to read that and just jump right into some scriptures, man. Let's see, this is you already know, Revelation, Salaki, not Jude, Revelation 13, and 16. Let me see. Revelation 13. Yeah. Excuse me. Revelation 13, verse 16. And it says, and he causeth all. All right. When you go into it in the blue letter, that word causeth. All right. When you look deeper into it, it goes into to constitute by law. All right. So there you go. All right. He's going to mandate it. He's going to put it within law. All right. To where this MOTB, all right, that implantable grain of rice is going to be mandated by law. All right, to the point where, if you disobey or you don't want to get it, all right, it's going to be punishable by death. That's why you have in Revelation 20 and verse 4, John the Revelator seen those that was beheaded for not taking this thing, for not taking the MOTB, all right, and those are, the elect, because the elect is not going to take the MOTB. They're gonna stay faithful unto the Lord unto the end. All right, and it says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, just like what we just read in that article. You see, speaking about the MOTB, and it really doesn't matter, whether it's your right hand, your left hand, your forehead, or whatever the case may be. But those are two of the number one places that the MOTB will be put into people. Now the forehead one, like Neuralink, Those are, you know, like people that's paralyzed and things of that nature. All right, and then the regular one, of course, you put it in your hand, right hand, left hand, it doesn't matter. Okay, but you take this thing, all right, you take this MOTB. All right, for anybody that take it, man, you will receive Revelation 14, and I'm gonna get that. And it says in verse 17, and it says, and that no man may buy or sell save he that had the mark, which is the sea hip, which is the implantable grain of rice, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. You see, and there you go. You see, and all of that is gonna come with that. All right, you subscribing and you bowing down onto this system, taking this mark. Okay, you receive all of that, man, and you're gonna be punished, man, by fire. All right, this is Revelation 14 and verse 9, and it says, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, that beast is NATO in the EU, his image is NWO, and it says, and receive his mark, which is the implantable grain of rice, in his forehead or in his hand. All right, what are you going to receive? Verse 10, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High Yahweh Shemel Shai, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, which is his righteous anger, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. You see, you're gonna be tormented by way of those thermonuclear missiles, man. Okay, the Lord is gonna rain those missiles down upon you, man. Okay, you see, so there's not gonna be no escape. All right, you can't say that you didn't know or you wasn't warned. Okay, you see, and because this is why the prophets have been brought on the scene, man. Okay, to warn our people, man. First and foremost, man, you Israelites, you Blacks, Hispanics, Latinos, and Native American Indians. Ezekiel 2 and 5, and it says, and they, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear, for they are a rebellious house, yet shall know that there have been a prophet among them. You see, so at the end of the day, when these prophecies come to pass, like it said, even in Ezekiel 33, it said it, pretty much the same thing, but I just like how it said it though. Ezekiel 33 and verse 32, and it says, and lo, thou art unto them as a very lovely song of one that hath a pleasant voice. Right, people look at us as entertainment. Okay, but when it's all said and done and you dwelling in the torments, it's not going to be entertaining then, man. Okay, it's going to be very unpleasurable, man. It's not going to be pleasant. Okay, you see what it say in 2 Esdras 8 and 50, they that dwell upon the earth shall dwell in great miseries, because they walked in great pride. All right, roughly paraphrasing, and it says, and can play well on an instrument, for they hear thy words, but they do them not. You see, so they hear the words of the prophets, but they're not taking heed unto those words that the prophets are saying and preparing themselves. Okay, not knowing that they're gonna have to face what the prophets are warning them about, man. Okay, they don't want to take heed unto the words. Okay, you see, guess what? That's gonna be to their destruction. Okay, and it says in verse 33, and when this come to pass, meaning the prophecies, man. Okay, because they are going to come to pass, and it says, lo, it will come, then shall they know that a prophet have been among them. You see, so when these prophecies start to take off, all right, full throttle, they're going to know that a prophet has been among them, man. Okay, you're going to remember a video that you seen, you're going to remember a camp that you walked past. Okay, you're going to remember those camp signs that brothers had out there with the MOTB on it. Okay, you see, all of that is gonna be played back, man. The Lord gonna rewind. He gonna rewind all of that, man. You see, Habakkuk 2 and 3. I'm close here. It says, for the vision. All right, the vision goes into Chazawan, the Hebrew word Chazawan, which is divine communication, oracles, prophecies. Okay, and it says it's yet for an appointed time. You see, so these prophecies is yet for an appointed time. Okay. I like to bring this precept out too, because concerning the article that I brought out, one may say, well, man, y'all been talking about that for I don't know how long, but at the end of the day, like it says, the vision is yet for an appointed time. But at the end, it shall speak, and we seeing it speak. We seeing the MOTB more and more, okay? As the days grow closer and closer to the end, okay? This prophecy is speaking loud and clear, man. And it's going to come to the point where that appointed time is going to come, and the Lord is going to have this thing mandated, man. All right? And it's going to change reality as we know it forever, okay? It will never be the fucking same when this thing is mandated, okay? Things are going to get real dark out here, man, okay? You see? And it says, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. You see? All right? That made me think about the precept where the Lord said he's going to shorten the days for the elect's sake. You see? So it's going to surely come, man. Okay? These prophecies are going to take off, man, at their appointed times. And there's no one that can undo it, that can turn it back, that can stop it. Okay? You just gonna get rolled over, man. All right, you get it. You get in the way of prophecy. The Lord just gonna move you out of the way. Okay, because these things are gonna come to pass, whether you ready or not, or whether you like it or not. Who gives a fuck? Okay, so I'm gonna just end it off right there, man. Just going into this quick article, man. That I found. All right, in the end time headlines. Okay. It says these two pillars, these two things will be major pillars in the beast system. In other words, global digital identification system and universal basic income. In other words, to where they're going to control your spending, okay? To sum it all up, to simplify it, they're going to control your spending. They're going to give you a set amount of money, okay, that you're gonna use, and if you don't use it with a certain amount of time, you're gonna be that money is gonna be pretty much taken away from you. And I think like right here, that's my whatchamacallit. But let me see, Great Reset. If you wanna get a glimpse of what I'm talking about with the universal basic income, look at this right here. It's a really good one. This one right here, it says Beyond the Reset animated short film. It's 24 minutes long, but if you want to get into it, you can get into it. It's a very good little watch. It's not long, 24 minutes long, and it'll show you in it how he was trying to get certain things. They loaded up his money on there, his universal basic income, and basically they took out all his deductions, and when it was all said and done, basically he wanted to get certain things and he couldn't do it. I'm talking about as soon as he got uploaded with his universal basic income, that shit was gone. They was deducting shit out of it before, just like now, you get the taxes taken out. But this right here, man, this little video right here, like I said, Beyond the Reset animated short film, came out 2 years ago. Okay, and it's a very good watch, and it'll show you like pretty much a glimpse of how it's gonna be. Okay. And he was quarantined, he wanted to buck up against the system, and but you watch it for yourself, man, you'll see what I'm talking about. But it's a really good watch. So I'm gonna close it out right there, Lord willing. Like I said, this lesson was edifying and to the point. In closing, I'm gonna give our honor, praises, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Kodash, and double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone that has taught us the truth and sincerity. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect that is scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. Until next time, Shalom.